Today's recipe starts in the garden, and we've got to harvest a cabbage. I'm growing some that have like bumpy leaves and then smooth leaves. I think I'm gonna do a smooth guy right here. Come on, little knife. Thank you for your sacrifice. I appreciate you. Let's go to the garden. I mean, I grew this. This is gonna make a lot of cabbage rolls. We need to put some mushrooms in here. So we're gonna make a fun filling that has lots of different just things. Now I don't want you to think that you have to make it just how I made it, because you don't need to do that. You need to make it how you want to make it. So I'm just putting my cute little mushrooms in here, sauteing up. I'm gonna add some ginger. Now I'm doing my minced ginger from my jar. Oh, that jar is now done. And some chili paste. You guys know chili paste. I'm gonna make it spicy. Really spicy. Just gonna saute this up. Just to sort of get it around, and then to add a little bit of like body to this, I'm gonna use some of my meatless pieces. Right, they're like chunks. It's not tofu. Corn brand, one of my favorite. They look kind of like tofu because they're like chunks. But I thought that would be really good in this. If you have leftover rice, let's put some rice in there. I'm going to use some cauliflower rice that I have because I've been eating cauliflower rice a lot lately since we learned how to make it. Oh my gosh. So this, I'm just going to keep stirring this around until my meatless pieces are tender. One more thing I'm going to add, some soy sauce. I've been wanting to make these for a long time, but I just haven't got up the nerve to do it because I've never made them before. I've never had them before. My family we didn't grow up eating these, but I've seen a lot of people make them, and I'm like, I want to do that. And my cabbages are so large, right, that those leaves are huge. It'd be just right to do this. So let's just keep sauteing it around. Heating it up, cooking it down. If it gets a little dry, if you want to add a little bit of water or broth, you can do that. We'll just keep doing this, and then we'll add the rice and anything else I can find. So we mixed in the cauliflower rice. I found a little Swiss chard, and I had one tiny little bit of lentils. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Now, is it like sacrilege to put one cruciferous vegetable like wrapped in another one? I don't know. Yum. Okay, let's taste and then see what seasonings it needs. It needs, I'm gonna double dip. I'm the only person eating this. I mean, my family. I need my soy sauce. That needs crushed red pepper. I'm surprised because you saw how much chili paste I added to that. I think it's ready. Okay, we set this aside, and now we have to like steam the cabbage. My cabbage is right here. Like, this is going to be a production. Okay. Simmering water in that same pan that we were using before, my everyday pan. I've got my cabbage leaf, and I'm just putting it in here. And just letting it soften up. Over here on the side, I've got just a pan of some cold water, and I keep adding ice cubes as I need to. But we're softening up the leaves because cabbage leaves are a little bit rigid, right? They're a little like You can't hold them, especially that big spine. I'm just putting them in here. About a minute. If you have a really curvy leaf, I'm flipping it over to try to soften up that spine. And then put it in here. Do you want to watch me do all of them in time lapse? So this part is still pretty stiff, so if I went to roll, it's not going to roll as well. So I'm just going to cut like a little V right there and just remove that little nugget. Compost that. The amount of filling that you put in depends on the size of your leaf. My leaves are gigantic because the backyard soil is very good right now. So I've got my filling in. Maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Roll up the sides like a burrito. Here, push that in. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Done. Okay, we'll do one more slow together. I'm just cutting out this last part. If that's not very firm for you, don't worry about that part. Now there's lots of different ways to steam these leaves too. Some people do like the whole head of cabbage and put it in a pot of boiling water. Some people do it in the microwave, and you just peel off leaves by leaves and then just keep heating it as you go. You just have to do what works for you. This works for me because, again, it's this giant. I mean, this is still the leftover part. I've got so much. I have so much. So next we're going to make the sauce, and I know this is highly involved. There's so many steps, but I have some water in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some cornstarch because that's going to help thicken my sauce. I'm going to use some rice wine vinegar. You can also use mirin. I'm going to use some liquid aminos. You can use soy sauce. These just felt like they needed to come out and play. Some sesame oil. Yes, please. And some chili crunch, a hefty amount, because I want a lot in there. And we're going to just stir, 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 and then we're going to heat it up until it's nice and thick. And we can do that while we are cooking our other guys. I'm also going to add a little bit of garlic. If you're like, I can't do any more garlic, like it's so many things, that's fine. Or if you want to use garlic powder, you can do that too. Garlic salt. Ta-da! So I've got them all in my pan. I've got a little bit of oil in the pan. I'm going to add in some water. And my sauce that I thickened. Oh my gosh. I'm just kind of put it on over it. Then, this might not be traditional. That's okay, you guys. Remember, I'm not a traditional cook. Just putting a little bit of sauce over them. I'm going to reserve some sauce for later. And then I'm just going to cover it. And I'm going to let them just let them like do some magical things in there. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put a little bit more sauce on it. I just want more. It's really spicy. Shall we taste? Look at that. Okay. Sauce is very spicy because that chili crunch. It's no joke. Am I supposed to eat this like, am I supposed to just pick it up like a dolma? I don't know. Oh my gosh. That cabbage is so good. I'm just gonna pick it up. Cabbage rolls. I'm glad that I made them. I'm disappointed that it took me this many years of my life to make them. What do you have that you can put in the filling? It doesn't need to be what I put in. anything you have, some leftover vegetables, rice, whatever. What kind of sauce can you make? Oh, real good. I'm just gonna go eat these. You have a great day. Get out of your comfort zone, like I did with these.